welcome back to another video.
Welcome back.
We're doing a Q&A today. It is a birth and postpartum Q&A.
Exciting.
So I feel like most of the questions are going to be aimed at you because you went through both birth and postpartum. So Allie is currently 7 weeks postpartum.
Oh yeah, I guess we should say.
After having twins.
Yeah.
Let's just jump right into it. Answering your questions. This person said they might have to have a C-section. They want to know what your experience was like.
I had a really good experience. I wanted a C-section and then it just so happened that I needed a C-section. So it worked out in my favor. We made it to the scheduled C-section date. So I never had to go into labor. I didn't have any like contractions or anything. It was very just like easy. So my experience was great. Like I wouldn't have wanted anything else. It was perfect. So fast and like calm. I know that's definitely not the case for everybody, but in my experience, it was really good.
What was the biggest shock through everything?
Through everything?
Well, we're talking birth and postpartum, so.
How, like, I couldn't move at the end of pregnancy.
At the end of pregnancy?
Like, I didn't think I'd be so immobile.
And uncomfortable?
Yeah, like, I wasn't on bed rest, but I was, essentially. Like, I wasn't prescribed bed rest, but, like, I was on bed rest or couch rest. I couldn't do anything. I could barely walk. I couldn't drive. It was just so heavy and big and uncomfortable, and I didn't think it was going to be that bad. And I didn't know how bad it was in the time until I got them out of me. Then I was like, holy cow, that was bad.
This question is for me. How did Sam balance Allie's time for recovery and the demand of breastfeeding? Because I breastfeed the twins. Was I overwhelmed with the demand? I would say yes. It was definitely an overwhelming time.
Yeah.
Especially because I wasn't just breastfeeding either. I also was pumping because one of the babies wasn't nursing, so I needed to pump milk for him after every feed of the other baby, and it was a lot. You needed support too. It was definitely hard to balance all three of your needs.
And we have 5 pets.
And we have 5 pets.
Okay, I have a good Christmas gift idea because I've started wrapping your gifts.
You have.
And some are right under the bed right there, so don't actually look because you probably forgot they were there, but they're still there. Anyway, we have a gift idea for you if you're looking for a gift for someone special in your life. Original Grain watches.
They are made from reclaimed and recycled materials.
So many different materials like guitars,
fallen trees from the Yellowstone forest.
Yes, recycled ocean plastic.
Oak barrels from whiskey or German beer.
So this is the whiskey espresso barrel in 42 millimeter. This is actually made from
reclaimed Kentucky oak whiskey bottles.
How
perfect
cool
for any whiskey lover in your life. It is such a unique gift.
I'm going to take it out and show you. This is obviously perfect for any whiskey lover. I really love this one because it's like a subtle look, neutral, but they have so many different looks. So whatever your style is or whoever you're buying for, there's something to fit there like for sure.
For every watch that they sell, they plant a tree and have already planted over 500,000 trees. They're a veteran and family-owned business started by 2 brothers in the Pacific Northwest. Be sure to check out Original Grain if you are looking for a unique gift this holiday season. We actually have a special code for you and an extra special discount.
So go to originalgrain.com/Allie, not Sam, and use the code Allie.
It's all about her today.
They're currently running a 20% off Black Friday sale, but if you're using our link and code, you can get an extra 10% off, so a total of 30% off. So it's a perfect time to stock up on Christmas gifts for all of the people who would love a watch.
I know that I want to get one for my dad because he's a huge music lover and they have watches made out of reclaimed guitars.
That would be like literally the perfect gift. And also my dad likes whiskey, so I would be getting
He also likes beer. They have some from beer barrels too.
How will I choose?
How will you
It's
choose?
literally a perfect gift for dads.
Thank you so much to Original Grains for sponsoring this part of our video. And now, back to the day. The question that everyone always seems to ask as soon as you have a child. Do you want more children?
Let's just see, guys.
We were asked that in the hospital. Allie had just given birth to 2 babies, and we were asked by multiple people in the hospital, multiple staff members, are you going to have more kids? Would you want twins again? How many more kids do you want?
Well, let's just see.
Let's just see how these 2 go. We went from 0 to 2 very quick, and it's a big change. Do the babies nap on us or in their bassinets?
A mixture of both.
Both.
I'm very much a bassinet person. I like to have my hands free, so like maybe once a day I'll like to hold them for a nap. But I'm very much like, okay, let's bassinet. And you prefer holding them more?
I do.
Yeah.
I am of the mindset of they're only going to be this little for such a short period of time and like want to nap with us. So I'm taking all the baby snuggles I can get while I can get them.
You should.
It definitely makes getting all of the work and stuff done harder, but I'm really enjoying it.
If you don't work, you don't work.
I guess.
You can just hold them, and I can work.
That's true. It's a good thing that there's both of us.
There's 2.
They can balance all of like the house, the work, the babies,
The pets.
Were you stressed by the C-section? Like, I think anticipating it. Like, were you worried? Like, nervous? I think they
at times, but overall not too bad. Good. I don't know why. I think because it had to happen. So I was like, yeah, I just have to accept it.
Yeah.
Worrying won't change the outcome.
That's true.
But of course I did have times where I was like, oh no.
I would say one thing that really helped you was, from my point of view, I mean, I can't speak for you. We had a birth doula that was there for the birth of the twins. And we met with her twice beforehand, and she was able to answer all of your questions.
Yeah.
So I feel like you went into it very prepared of what was going to happen. And then also during the C-section, she was there, so you also had that support of people that knew exactly what was typical and what to expect and stuff there to answer your questions and like support you. So you weren't necessarily needing to worry like, is this normal?
Yeah.
Or what's going to happen, because we could get all those questions answered beforehand.
I agree.
Do the twins look like twins? No.
In my head, they're not twins even. Like, I don't even think these are twins. I just think we have 2 babies.
So they're fraternal twins. They look nothing alike. I don't know.
They don't look related.
Any similarities between them. Their profiles are similar. If you look at them from the side, they look similar. Baby B has dark hair, big eyes, is a chunkier baby, looks just like me.
Yeah.
Just like me. Baby A looks just like the donor. He's a lot smaller. He has this perfectly round head. His hair is a lot finer and lighter, and he has a lot less of it. He looks like a little tiny doll. He's so cute. They're both so cute. He's exactly like, imagine a porcelain doll baby. That's him.
Yeah.
So imagine me, and then imagine a porcelain doll. I can hear them crying.
So there's you, a small you, and a small porcelain doll.
Yeah, those are what the twins look like. Nothing alike. And they're very different in size. How is it carrying both twins at once?
I hate it.
It's so hard.
Scary.
It's very scary.
They're so floppy.
But sometimes you need to.
I can't pick them up separate unless it's together like this. A scoop. Like, once they can hold their heads, it'll be better.
It'll be easier.
But then they'll be heavier, so will it?
Well, I used to nanny twins, and it wasn't bad when they were toddlers.
Once they're
being able to like scoop them both up wasn't a big deal. But now that our twins are so tiny, it's definitely terrifying.
Yeah, it is. I do not like carrying them together.
No. Have you experienced any postpartum mental health issues?
No, actually. I mean, the first 2 weeks, I think that's common, though. They said in the hospital.
Baby blues.
It was like just not great.
It was just your emotions were so all over the place from the hormones, I think.
Yeah, and I hated it because I'm not an emotional person.
No. So
like I'm very uncomfortable when I'm emotional.
Yeah.
Since like 2 weeks after, I felt back to my normal self, which is I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
Because I have a history of anxiety, so I was thinking I might be anxious, but so far I haven't been.
So far so good.
And yeah, no postpartum depression, which I also thought, oh, I'm gonna get that. Especially
because when you have multiples, you're at a higher risk.
When I don't get as much sleep as I like, 10 hours, I don't get 10 hours, I get very sad and like, ooh, just not good.
Yeah.
But I'm adapting quite well.
I think you are.
So I'm lucky that I haven't experienced that yet.
Yeah. How long did your incision hurt for?
It still hurts. 7 weeks. It's not like, oh, I can't move, but it always hurts.
It doesn't feel back to normal for sure.
Like not like but enough that I'm like, I feel this.
How would you describe the pain? Like sharp, dull?
No, it's just like a dull pain. And I think I was set back a bit because I had an incident that I won't get into with one of my dogs. Like I think that I did hurt myself.
There was an emergency and you had to lift one of the dogs.
Rosie. I don't know though. I don't know if it would
fine.
still be sore if that didn't happen or if that's sore because of it. But it's not like inhibiting me from doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't started doing anything yet because I haven't.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Why didn't you breastfeed?
Okay. Everyone asks me this.
It's so frustrating.
Do you
They
want to know
ask
the
constantly.
answer? I don't want to.
And that is valid. I don't think you even need to explain more than that.
That's
like
it.
It's your body. If you don't want to breastfeed, you don't have to breastfeed. Also, I am breastfeeding.
And even if you weren't though?
Even if I wasn't, yeah.
If someone doesn't want to breastfeed,
They shouldn't be pressured to.
that is their body.
Yes.
It is not for me. And I am so happy with my choice.
I'm glad.
I couldn't be happier.
What was the hardest part of postpartum or birth for both of us? I know what mine is, so I can say it while you think.
Okay.
Seeing you having a hard time. We're emotional and you cried because you were in pain and like there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
And I think that was the hardest part of feeling like helpless, of being like there's nothing I can do to help you right now. There's nothing I can do to make this better.
Honestly, being tired.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah. I just like a lot of sleep.
You
so
really
that
do.
was really hard those first few days.
Yeah.
Eek.
The hospital, I would say, was the most exhausted I've ever been in my entire
Does it
life.
come in every hour?
They came in constantly because baby A was having blood sugar issues, and then they ended up just testing baby B too. So we had to feed baby A every 2 hours, which is from the start of the feed to the start of the next feed, 2 hours. But I also remember I'm also nursing baby A or baby B. I was nursing baby B at the same time.
Yeah,
so
so they-
2 babies to feed.
But then they were coming.
But then they would come in every couple of hours to check
or
on
either
them.
me too.
To
And
check
then I
on
was
you.
different
They'd wake
schedule.
you up even if
And
like you were
meds.
sleeping. You'd get woken.
And a needle. Oh, they gave you a needle in the belly.
They gave you
too.
That was one of the most surprising parts I think for you
They're
because
like-
they didn't tell you ahead of time.
They
No
were
one
like,
told you.
You're gonna get a blood thinner in the stomach, and I was like,
Every night.
no.
Also, why the heck do they pick midnight as the time to give you that blood thinner?
It is-
Every night at midnight, they would come in and give you a needle in the stomach. What is something that really helped you during birth?
I'd say the doula.
Yeah.
Just knowing what to expect and having someone to ask questions to.
And advocate for you?
Actually, the anesthesia team was very
great.
very helpful.
So they sit by your head. So
That's
they were
great.
there the whole time to like talk to you. And we ended up having 2 great anesthesiologists just because one was brand new to the hospital. He just moved from another city and was just learning the ropes that day of like how this hospital runs. And I think it was so nice for you to have them. They were jokey with you.
I know. They put up with my jokes.
And they
I
were
like
giving
when
jokes
people
to
give
you.
a joke back, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That was very helpful.
Having a really good support team. Eh?
Yeah.
Ooh, with us both being moms, once they were born, who did they go to? Like, who did skin to skin? I know
Oh,
skin
we
to
both
skin
did.
is so important for newborns.
We both.
Valid question. We both did. Who did you get first?
I have no clue.
I don't either. I think I got baby B first because baby A was done with the NICU
Yeah, I
team
think
first.
he came right over. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you got baby
I
A
didn't
first.
know them yet. I was
And then
like,
I
who's
got
who?
baby B, and then we swapped. And you got baby B and I got baby A.
Okay.
And then once we were leaving the delivery room,
Then, yeah, I got
you had to
both.
get both, and that's just to make sure no one drops them.
Yeah.
Although, you would think that you would be most likely to drop them having, like, you were, like, paralyzed.
I thought that. I was like, I'm literally paralyzed.
Like, you couldn't move at
You're
all.
trusting me with 2.
Yeah,
I never even held 2.
I know.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, so we both did. We both held the babies. Ooh, was it difficult having one person recovering and one person figuring out breastfeeding? Since this person said since I was doing both, my partner was able to do all the baby care and their care postpartum, meaning like just assist with like diaper changes and all of like those things. I do think that it was a little difficult needing to do kind of it all at first.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have to change a diaper for so long, which I didn't realize. And then you pointed out to me, you were like, I
Yeah.
haven't changed a diaper.
Because I was just sitting in the bed.
Yeah.
So unless things were brought to me, I could get up. but I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
It was a lot. I would say, though, the actual worst part about you being the birthing parent and me being the breastfeeding parent in the hospital was I had to learn how to breastfeed in literally a metal office chair. That was the only chair in the room. And it
took till we got a very nice nurse who was like,
you can't do this.
Yeah.
Like, I was breastfeeding twins. They're currently crying.
Yeah.
I was breastfeeding twins and learning how to breastfeed in a metal office chair.
Also, they're not alone.
They're not alone. My mother is downstairs with them.
I'm not just leaving them
to cry. No, they're with my mom. That was the worst part, was that I, like, didn't have, like, a bed, like, a hospital bed to, like, recline in and, like, learn. I was literally, like, in the most uncomfortable chair. And it was so uncomfortable. It was like a prison. They didn't even give me bedding. They gave me one single blanket sheet thing. It was horrific. And then finally a nurse was like, you can't do this. Multiple nurses had commented being like, I'll see if we can get you a better chair, but no one ever did. That was the worst part. And I understood, like, you were recovering. Like, obviously I'm not going to kick you out of your bed.
I think the answer to that question is actually it was easier because one person wasn't doing both in the grand scheme.
Yes.
Because I can't imagine having to recover
and learn how to
from a
breastfeed.
C-section and learn to breastfeed at the same time, because I was able to actually.
So it might have been easier for you.
My body, but you didn't give birth.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So, like, that's what I mean. Is that if you had given birth and then had to do all that, that would be very taxing. I have much, much respect for anybody who does both, because that's just, that's a lot on the body.
Yeah.
So I think in the grand scheme,
you think maybe it was easier?
Because imagine you were recovering from birth.
I could have rested.
And learning to breastfeed.
Yeah, but I could have rested a lot more, because I wouldn't have been doing all of the other baby care, getting the babies to sleep, helping you.
Right.
Yeah, I would have had someone to support me more, because I didn't have anyone to support me.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, I couldn't be like, Allie, I need you to go get me water while I breastfeed. Like, I couldn't do any of that. So, in both ways. Like, yes, it was easier because I wasn't recovering.
But harder because
I didn't have
that
support.
added task.
Yeah.
Well, say bye.
We'll end it here because I have to go nurse some babies.
Okay. Thanks for watching.
We'll be back soon with another video.
We'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.